Welcome to All About Arsenal, and tonight we are going to cook. One Arsenal fan, two Man United fans, and it's going to be gangster. Tomorrow, Arsenal is about to take on Man United, an old rivalry that has been rekindled, and there's no better place to have this match preview with two of my close friends than Man United fans. Obviously, one is already here wearing his Nigerian jersey. They are Chike. How you doing, brother?
I'm very good. Thank you. Thank you very much for that lovely welcome. I'm very good. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. And of course, we have Ibuka. I don't know why he's still not showing us his face.
He's shoveling the snow to get back home.
Okay, I deserve it. Okay, brother. So before we even get into it, let's just talk about what happened today in the Premier League. Man City got a nice whooping from you guys last week, and they decided to, show themselves against Wolverhampton and Wanderers. What was your take on that game? Do you think that the after effect of losing to Man U was so bad that they had to just lay it out on Wolves?
No, it was the after effect of losing to Bodo Glimt. We
Oh
forget.
my god!
We
I didn't
forget
forget, but I
Bodo
forgot about the
Glimt.
Glimt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was one of those games because I caught the second half, well, the ending of the first half and early the second half, and obviously it was a much changed side, Haaland out, Gehi first in and all that, and it was just you know they need the victory during the week in the Champions League. So this was a
yeah.
game where they're playing against an inferior team, a supposedly
Mhm.
inferior team, but who are in very good form. I think Wolves were the form team in the Prem, I think, coming
Yeah.
into
Come
it.
to think of it,
And it was just one of those games where they just had to be solid. They did their thing. They got their 2 goals in the first half. Second half was a bit iffy. I mean, Semenyo hit the ball with that wonderful curling in
ooh,
shot. It
that was
was,
a
it was-
nice shot, man.
and I think it was, yeah, get some people up to speed. Mamouche happy with the goal back from the AFCON. And yeah, I think it was a routine victory. Get Gehi in, the clean sheet. There were some troubling times. I mean, the Wolves had some attacks towards the end, and City's defensive frailties have been there for all to see, for everyone
Yeah,
to see all season. But it was just a standard 2-0 win. These are the kind of victories you just want, as they say, on 3 p.m. on a Saturday.
and just
Nobody's
get it done
watching
with. Yeah,
locally on TV. Just get it over and done with.
yeah, I agree. Well, were you surprised to see Haaland on the bench?
Not at all. I mean, I apart from the fact that the rumors were there, but the guy has been running on fumes, and he's not been in great form. And it's Wolves. If you're not going to rest him against Wolves, who would you rest him against? I was even shocked he started against Bodo Glimt,
Oh, awesome.
because I thought he would actually rest in these two games. Like Bodo Glimt, give him 25 minutes. This one, give him 25 minutes. Give him a bit fresh. Although I think the Bodo Glimt starting was as a result of the United result. Maybe if they'd
Yeah.
won that game comfortably, it would have been a situation where you just red rest him, facing a minnow. He might not even need to travel, to the
Yeah,
Arctic
true.
Circle. But
Okay, so let's get back to Man United. As a Man United fan that have been there in the glory days under Sir Alex Ferguson, when that moment came for Fergie to finally leave in 2013 after winning that Premier League title, what was your thought on life after Fergie? Did you feel that you're going to go into the trenches for quite a while? Bearing in mind that he has been the manager for so many years, and when it was decided that David Moyes was going to be his replacement, what was your honest opinion about him? Being when he had like if he spell or just as Everton?
so it's an interesting thing. I mean, the great late or late great, I forgot how I meant to phrase it, journalist Patrick Barclay, who was also Fergie's biographer in one of the books, Football Bloody Hell. Yeah. He has a quote that I repeat to everyone when I meet talking about football. And I think I'm saying that just because of current situations, but I've been saying that since I first heard him say it in 2011. Your football club does not owe you success. The same way when a movie is made and you go to watch the movie, they owe you the making of the movie, screening the movie, watch the movie. If you like it and it's a good movie, that's a plus and it's great. If it's not, that's unfortunate and sad. But you can't I want my money back because I did enjoy this film. So that's just the basis of the way I look at football. And also, I'm a historian by trade,
Mm-hmm.
and my United's history was part of the reasons I got into them. And as of the time I started supporting my United in 1994, They had just won 2 league titles, yeah. Their first 2 in 28 years. So the quote unquote trenches are part of the history. United has 20 league titles, only under 3 different managers. Liverpool, on the other hand, have, for example, have 20 titles under 10 different managers. Man United have great spells and a long drought of quote unquote trenches, but where it's then about, that's where the fires are forged. You know what I mean? Like our Captain Marvel, Brian Robson, was forged during the 26 years of no titles and but then on the other hand, winning is fun. And that's why I tell people when they say the trenches are like as
Yeah,
recently as
your audio is it
my
just me?
audio is off.
Ebuka? Are you hearing him well too? Because for some
No, no, no,
reason,
no. No, I'm not here. It's going on
Okay,
and off.
maybe.
It's fluctuating.
Sorry, let me increase it. It
yeah, at
might be
some point I
the, it
was
might be
not
the,
hearing you
it,
well.
it might be the winter. It might be the winter cold.
Bro, I'm telling you, like that's the reason why I was having issues this as in joining, right?
I said it. I said it.
My
I said
internet has
it. I
been
knew it.
bad. My
I
internet
knew
has
it.
been bad. Like
Yeah.
it's minus 29 here, so I
God
don't
Good,
know.
damn.
good, 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 good.
It's
Maybe
minus
mate,
29.
mate, mate, freeze your cold heart. So, like I was saying, is that you see when they say
Yeah,
the trenches, yeah, this is a modern day thing of. I mean, as recently as not last season, we're in a new season. 2024, United lifted a trophy. The year
yeah.
got to another the year before that lifted a trophy but got to another final and lost. I mean, yeah, what are the trenches now? For Sir Alex leaving, he had done his time, he had done fantastic for the club. Did I think we would not win a league title in the 12 years after that? No, I didn't think that. We've only come second twice since then. So yes, it has been a disappointment, but it's understandable in the grand scale of the club and the things that when you have a once in a lifetime type of manager, you can't expect to be as big as as big as that afterwards. I mean, because United have been called being in the trenches. Yeah, our trench period to me was 2020, was 20 what 17, or should I say 2018 to 2022, when we didn't win any trophy at all. People forget that United won the FA Cup in 2016, won two won 2 trophies in 2017.
You know,
We're in an FA Cup
don't you see
final
my
in
face? This is my
2018.
face.
2018, yeah, it's I think it's one of those things where like Mark Twain said, the rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated. I mean, are Arsenal in the trenches?
Well, we're in a transition phase, and we kind of we have expectations that are not being met. But I can't say we're in
Is
the
that the
trenches.
trenches? What is your expectation? Your football club does not owe you success. It owes you entertainment, joy, the belief. You watch, I mean, you watch Arsenal every week. You might enjoy what you see, you might not enjoy what you see, but it's the experience of watching the game, going through it, having the highs, the lows, the drama.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been
Okay.
put too much. Oh, I beat you, you beat me. I mean, but then again, like I say in other platforms, I blame it on the social media landscape we live in now, where after every game, during the game, if a player you rate misses a dribble, he has already collected 5 yabs before the ball has come back into play.
Yeah,
Like when
sure, sure, sure.
Liverpool conceded a goal today, I was watching the Borussia Dortmund match. I only knew Liverpool had conceded a goal because I could just see Van Dijk, Van Dijk, Van Dijk, Van Dijk, Van Dijk, Van Dijk. Before I could switch to the channel, the
Yeah.
replay hadn't finished, and I'd seen 6 yabs of Van Dijk. So obviously, as a fan, that's what gets you like, you're constantly on edge. But
Yeah.
it's an interesting one. It's an
Yeah.
interesting one.
Ebuka, welcome. I know you have some challenges joining us, and I think
Yeah.
we just get straight to it. We also have Mr. JPOB in the chat. He's a Man U fan and he loves enjoying Arsenal play. Of course, you're meant to enjoy the good things of life, bro. Good to see you in the channel. So, Ebuka, you finally got your wish. Ruben Amorim was sacked. Okay, and of course, there's going to be a transition period where a caretaker manager would come into the picture. OGS was twerking over the entire internet, hoping for him to get the role, and eventually got carried. But let's talk Fletcher. In the 2 games he played, right?
Yeah.
Was it 2 games? Yeah, in the 2 games he
Yes.
played.
Yep.
What was your take on it? Did you feel that Brighton game, especially in the FA Cup, where knowing fully well that the league was very far away from you guys and you lost in the Carabao Cup earlier, did you feel that Carey could have done better in that FA Cup? Sorry, do you think that Fletcher would have done better in that FA Cup game? And if you had the reins, what would you have done differently?
I think we should not take it out of context that in those 2 games, Burnley and Brighton, right? Mbuma and Ahmad were missing. and
Yeah.
the attacking the attacking news that they bring to United cannot be underestimated because, I mean, I think yeah, when they were away on AFCON, right? I think we won one, just one game, which was against Newcastle 1-0, which I think we were almost battered to the very end.
Yeah.
But so it was unfortunate, but I expected him to at least be able to I mean get that result against Burnley because the most important thing was keeping a clean sheet. United out of possession structure was I mean United's out of possession structure. I think the last time I saw United good out of possession was under Mourinho. Every manager since after Mourinho never had United playing a
I
very
disagree with that. I disagree with that
okay. Which
vehemently.
manager? Which manager?
Amorim's structure out of possession was good.
Oh my
We were
god!
suffering from individual
Lapses.
defensive. Oh my, as in that was the one
Oh
thing.
my
That's
god!
I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked. Like I can take anything else away from Amorim. Yeah, you can take anything you want to say, but the defensive structure is the defensive structure we used against Man City. That was the Amorim
Nope.
defensive structure, defending in a 4-4-2. In the
No,
game
no,
against
no,
Man
no.
City,
See,
in
see,
the
see,
game
see. So,
against Man City, wait,
see.
hold on. In the
Yeah.
game against Man City, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our strength was the fact that it almost looked like Bruno was a center forward with Mbomo when we were pressing. Yeah, that is the defending in a 4-4-2.
Bro, you know
In
we're
that,
not pressing. We
wait,
did
let me
press
finish.
against
Now.
City.
Let me
We
finish.
did,
Now.
okay.
I said that's why I said in the times it looked like we were pressing when Mbomo was trying to move around. Yeah, and that was the press. That was the fun. Which is why when people were talking about our defensive record, I was like, are we not watching the same game? It was individual. I mean, look at the last few games. Own goal, the Eden Heaven own goal, the backing off. Our defensive structure, which the XG against shows, for those that like those kind of things, I'm just putting it out there, was actually stronger. But it looked really bad because we're still conceding goals. And that's where I think one of the downfalls was that maybe people had too much information in their head, which is what leads, in my opinion, to little individual defensive lapses. When you have too many things you think you need to do at the same time. But then again, I mean, we digress.
Yeah. See, Amorim, in terms
We
of
digress.
out of
No,
possession structure,
forget about Amorim. Sorry, I just said that in the sense that you said we
I
didn't
know,
have
I
a
know,
good defensive
but
structure.
I think see, out of possession, right? If you had it, like Achike is saying, you have a very good out of possession structure. Your rest defense is good. I mean, if it was good under Amorim, we wouldn't have kept only 8 clean sheets in 50-something games.
Yeah.
8 clean sheets. Like how? See, if it was an individual error, okay, it's an individual error for a period of time, which it gets better. But when you keep only 8 clean sheets in over 50-something games, 50-something league games, it means that whatever you are doing was never working in the first place. And that's the reason why I said the best time we had out of a very good out of possession structure was under Mourinho.
This is where you're wrong, and this is where you're wrong. And check your stats after the game. Yeah, we've conceded so many goals. Our XG against is the 4th best in the league. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that means that you're actually defending well, but you're just being unfortunate.
Thank you. We're being on good. Arsenal.
Okay, fine,
yes,
good.
check it.
4th best in the league, right? Okay, can we then take it into context that it is possible that the out of possession structure, I will not agree is good, but let me just go with what you're saying.
No, but whether you agree is good or not, yeah. Wait,
No, the stats show
it
it
best
actually
in the league. So forget
it's
whether you agree.
League, right?
It's like someone saying Man United's attack is bad, yeah. But what the second top scorers in the league.
In the league, yeah.
What else can you do now?
Okay, hold on.
What else can you do?
XGA, right?
Yes.
United 4th best in the league, but we still have considered the highest number of goals as when Amorim was living in the top 14 teams in the Premier League. So
I'm not disputing you.
I would still say, whatever. Okay, because Amorim probably lines up in a 3-5-2 or he uses a back 3, right? These players are not able to, stay within, as in the comfort of.
We are the 3rd top scorers in the league.
I'm not talking of scoring.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking about scoring.
No, that comfort you're about to talk about here. This is why, to me, this argument there, I totally understand people not liking someone, feeling a certain way, whatever. But Amorim sacking to me was one of the most ridiculous things at the time it happened. Even though I understand because there was conflict and clash, Because if you call yourself a serious club, you ignore the noise. Like a conversation I was having with our mutual friend Tino the other day, in that if Arteta's second season, fans were in the stadium, the owners might not have been able to ignore the noise.
Finishing in
there was no noise
to Europe was
but there was no noise to be made, and that's fine, and it has borne fruit. And that's fine. You can say, oh, I don't like Man United's DNA, this and that. But the numbers are there. Remember, every time you were pointing out, the number says, number says that you should have considered the fourth best number of goals in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
But the output is a whole lot different.
But hold on now. But that's my point. Is that so? So can we agree now? Let's just ignore XG and everything. I just focus on what we're seeing. That's my point. My point is, it's not easy to say.
I still think at the end of the day, it's all about output. You understand?
When you say output, hold on. When you say output, hold on.
Or FGI or XGA.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So hold on.
Okay.
Why was Amorim sacked with United fifth in the table? Forget XG. Let's talk about the actual output.
It's a feeling of egos that were clashing now.
That's my point now. Hold on. That's my point I'm trying to make here. If you say forget XG and the rest, you can't be. You point out, okay, forget everything else. Man U has considered the 14th most, the 6th most, 7th most goals. I agree with you, right? Man U has scored the 3rd most goals, and we're in the top 6. We're in the top 6. It's not a bad. Well, at that point we were 1 point from the top 4 now, right? Wait, hold on. We can't pick and choose. My point is, like, again, like I said, you can say you don't like the way the football looks. That's fine. You can say you don't like the league position. Yeah, that's fine. Now, if you say you don't like the league position, right, which at the time of the sacking was 6th, right? Beautiful. That's fine. What was your expectation on August 17th? Where did you think Man United would finish?
Top 6.
May. So he was at the point where you expected him to be.
He was at the point.
Wait. Hold on. Sorry. But I just want to put a long thought, then you can rest me. So he was at the point you expected him to finish at, without 2 of the best attacking players, which you just mentioned. The last 5 games had been played without 2 players that you yourself said were very important. Without Maguire and De Ligt having played in months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me come back to what you just stated, right? That is where, as a manager, flexibility comes in. Yes. You played the back 4 against Newcastle.
I mean,
but
did it work?
Second clean sheet.
Hold on. So, but Ebuka, you just said now that you were battered.
You
spammed that clean sheet. That was a spam clean sheet.
Hold on.
It's so difficult.
I'm coming somewhere.
Yeah.
Just try to understand where I'm coming to.
Yeah.
I said we were battered against Newcastle, right?
That's the reality.
But you need to understand that I could as well say that the fact that we're playing a back 4, these players were more naturally suited to that formation.
No, they were not actually.
They were not. That they were not.
No. I get Ebuka's point. No, Ebuka's point.
I get his point, but it's why? Because they had a structure that they've already been playing with for the entire campaign. Then changing for 1 match. While they were trying to adjust, Newcastle was actually getting the upper hand.
Killing us.
They're killing Man in that game.
Luckily, we won. People were now vexed that he changed back to Wolves, forgetting that 3 weeks before that, he used the same formation and beat Wolves 4-1. See, people's memories are so short.
Yeah, he beat Wolves 4-1, right? But
a few weeks earlier. Changed for the Newcastle game.
Yeah.
Because the Newcastle game, if Man United had drawn or lost that game, they would have said, they are not used to the formation now. Why would Man U lose?
Come on, now it is.
When he beat Wolves 3-4-3 or whatever you want to call it, it's just Wolves. When he drew with them, it's like, is it not his formation? I mean, guys, and don't get me wrong, like I say, and Ebuka, he has gone, right?
Yes, I felt wherever I go, punish him.
I felt, and I still feel is that it's the same situation with noise. Because there's too much noise around things. No, bro.
In the truth.
Was in his first season, was Maresca not under pressure early on because Chelsea fans didn't like his tiki-taka ball? Remember now?
But
early on now.
Did he get results? Did he win trophies? Yes, he did.
That's the point now. So they let him finish the season now, and he got the results now. At the point, Chelsea were doing yes now. Maresca's first season, yes now. Me and you had a bet. for the end of season. We asked for end of season, which has not nullified because he's been sacked. And at the end of the day, I'm sorry, here's the funniest part.
How is it nullified?
Our bet was if Amorim finishes the season, I told you he'll finish in it's in
No,
our chat. So I can forward the chat to Tony. I can screenshot it. Don't worry. It was because my caveat was there because I know how much noise was against this guy. I said if he finishes the season, he'll be in top 6. And it's in our bet. It's in our bet. It's okay.
See,
It is
that's one. That's one.
No, I'm just saying noise is what pushes all these things, because I'll put it this way now, right? Man City victory was fantastic. Very feel good. As good as Man United were, Man City had a shit day, which Bodo Glimt showed us a few days later. Do you understand what I mean?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying Man United were not good. It was our same free-flowing, we like that. Now, that openness, luckily we're alive. 3 years ago, no, 3.5 years ago, that openness was why people were saying Ole was a PE teacher. That if we're not transitioning with player strength, Rashford to Greenwood to this to that, that we don't set up a team properly. We're just using the strength of our whatever. But the same fans now are saying, yeah, that's the United way. I want it back. I'm like, guys.
No. Fans
that's why I say noise. Noise.
No. When it comes to Ole, I can tell you for a matter of fact, even when Ole was sacked, the day he was sacked, on my Facebook timeline, I still have it there, that United will rule that decision. Because you had somebody who finished third and the following season finished second, got to Europa League final. Yes, he had the odd crazy results against the top team. 5-0 loss to Liverpool at home, 6-1 loss to Spurs. You get, but if you don't look at that, if you look at the wider picture, Ole was the person who was basically there, and you could see progress in terms of goals, in terms of the records he had as the longest away record of beating.
But here's the problem: progress from. You're very right there, and this is where context kills a lot of things. Nothing Ole did, nothing was as good as what Jose did. But when Jose was leaving, there was such a bad taste in the mouth. Yes, now this second, wait, hold on. The second you just mentioned that Ole finished, Jose finished it with 7 more points now, or 8 more points. Yes. Hold on. The European final you just mentioned, Jose won a European final now.
Which was where that singular act of not keeping out a penalty kick in that penalty shootout. It would have changed the dynamics of everything we're discussing about Ole.
Yeah,
The year was not fantastic.
Those moments.
Fantastic for so many years.
But that happens, like you can't bring that up.
Yes.
You can't bring that up.
Final, to get into a final, right? You understand? And getting losing that trophy on penalty shootout, you have to look at the larger body of work. Yes,
which is you didn't win the trophy.
Yeah,
so wait, hold on.
Didn't win it, but there was progress.
When Jose was sacked,
better than Mourinho.
There's no metric in the world.
No, yeah.
Everything,
even as an Arsenal fan, I can attest that Jose Mourinho had a better record in Man U than
Who's the only manager to finish as in back-to-back top 4 finishes in the Premier League as in post-Fergie?
Hello. How many managers have had 3
Ole.
seasons post?
Ole is the only manager
because he had hold on
at the top 4 positions back-to-back seasons.
He had how many seasons? 4 seasons or 5 seasons? Jose had two full seasons. Ole got in there. No, bro.
He had like 4 seasons.
No.
After Van Gaal.
Hold on now. Ole, calm down. Ole got in December 2018.
No. Yeah, December 2018, yes.
And left in December, was it November or December 2021? Right? That is 3 years.
November 2021.
November 2021. That is 3 years, but it's spanning the 18-19, 19-20, 20-21, and 21-22 season.
No. You can't. Hold on. I'm sorry, but I would say 2.5 seasons. Half season of 18-19.
Hold on. 2.5 seasons. 2.5 seasons. 2.5 seasons. Jose had 2 and a.
Yeah, but if someone leaves November 2021, it meant that he has spent the 2022 campaign as well. That's 4 seasons.
That's what I'm trying to say. He started the campaign, but okay.
Let's say,
hold on.
So let's say 3 seasons.
So don't count Jose's 18-19, the 6 months, the 4 months before he got sacked. Don't
You
count
count it
August.
now. You have to
Yeah.
count it now.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
You
So
understand?
let's
Yes.
move to the
Sorry.
next slide, and
Yes,
we'll
yes,
go
yes.
with.
And
Okay, you want to say one more thing before we go here?
no, I just wanted to say, and the last time that Man United beat Arsenal at the Emirates was December 2017. Jesse Lingard with his dancing steps.
Oh, those that useless people and more work. Okay, where is he now? Korea.
Europe.
Someone you should get out of it. So looking at Arsenal's form, I think Arsenal is doing very well in the Premier League. 50 points. I will only say that they cut to 4 points following what Man City did today. Something like they're going to play tomorrow. In the Champions League, they also have 7 wins from 7 games, and that actually gave them the opportunity of having every second leg fixture at the Emirates all the way to the semis. It's quite a good feat. In the Carabao Cup, then the semi-finals, that game was quite painful in the sense that Merino had a moment to make it 4-1, but obviously Sanchez made a very awesome save, and Garnacho, your boy that you guys couldn't use well, went there and obviously did the Lord's work to make it 3-2, and of course, when the FA Cup. So the first discussion I want to have here with you guys is around the striker situation at Arsenal. Gyökeres, Havertz, Gabriel Jesus. I'll start with you, Ibuka, on this. If the Gyökeres came to Arsenal with so much fanfare, 97 goals in 102 games in Sporting CP. Yes, we didn't expect that output because we know the quality in the Portuguese league is not all that. But seeing how he has played all the way to this point, what's your take on him so far?
It's been a flop. It's been a flop. A complete flop of how much? I think 65 million pounds. I mean, Victor Gyökeres, the Portuguese league, right? It's more of there are more of misses than hits as in coming from that league. As in, especially when you look at as in the strikers, yeah, you could get good midfielders, you could get good defenders, but strikers like I don't know. Look at Gyökeres, 54 goals for Sporting last season, all competitions. Now he's literally struggling. I think there was a record where he went, I think eight matches without scoring. And I saw another record where he went on as in a long streak without a shot or on target or something. It's been bad. Like it's been bad beyond measure because we're looking at him coming in and then firing us now. As in by now we're looking Gyökeres, by now he should have been in double digits. But then he just hasn't done it. And how many goals have been non-penalty goals? As in from all the goals he scored so far, how many are non-penalty?
Yes, 7 out of the 9.
You understand?
Mhm.
So these are as what you take a look at and you're like, you know what? Do we actually think this guy is worth it? Is he worth it? And for me, I would say he isn't. He definitely isn't.
Okay, so Achike, let's talk Gabriel Jesus. It was you guys that injured him in January 2025, Bruno Fernandes, in that FA Cup draft.
Really?
Yes, that's when he got
I
injured.
totally forgot. I totally forgot. That game that Dalot wrongly got red carded, right? Also, the same game that Xerxes dribbled Saliba like he was.
Yeah, the one that Kai Havertz missed at opponent and Martin Odegaard missed a penalty. I mean, it looked like he was the next best thing since fried plantain.
The one that Man United went through. Yeah,
and lost afterwards. Yeah, that one.
I was just making sure.
Yeah, so 11 months out, quite a long time in football. Made his return against Club Brugge, and he had been easing his way into action as you would expect. But in the last game against Inter Milan, he scored a brace. Has he made a case to start ahead of Gyökeres in the Man United game tomorrow?
I mean, he's definitely made a case. But I mean, I hope Mikel is not watching the game. He's not watching this our feed tonight. Hope he's busy focusing and he has already made his plan because depending on what you're trying to achieve, right? I think, and I've said this, I'm on record of saying it, I didn't think Arsenal should have gone for Gyökeres. I didn't think he was going to move the needle with them that much because the way they play is not fully suited to his strengths. Every striker is judged on goals, and that's the problem.
Does he have strengths?
Yeah, he does now. He has very
what exactly are Gyökeres' strengths?
He's strong. He's kind of fast. He moves. He drifts. He creates space for others. Yeah,
goes into channels, creates space for other players.
He does.
But and he can strike the ball very well too.
The issue is that I think technically, the technique is just that 3-4% lower than is needed for that Arsenal team. Now he makes up for it in if he would make up for it in the quickness of transitions. But Arsenal are not really trying to transition really quickly, because I also
Yeah.
pointed out to what I feel Alexander Isak is suffering in Liverpool. In the sense that Liverpool and Arsenal both have two-star players that are left-footed right wingers who cut back into their stronger foot and all that and all that. Gyökeres and Isak are two strikers that I think cherish the early ball. Winger gets the ball
Into
early cross and all that.
space. Yeah.
Bro, not even just into space. I think if what's his name, Jacob Murphy, he got quite a few assists for
From
Isak.
Isak.
Yeah, just early balls, and it's not even headers. It's just into the chat. So it's an interesting one. I think depending on the way Man United are planning to line up tomorrow, I don't know what Michael Carrick intends to do. He might intend to do a bit of a low block game and try and not try to go through the middle, make the pitch as wide as possible, because Arsenal's middle is a very big strength of theirs. And in that kind of game, I think Jesus might be the person to play it.
Yeah.
Because
I don't want to play. No.
That's what I'm saying. If I was Arsenal, I know.
Live rent free.
That's what I'm saying.
Please, I don't want.
I think that might be the better option for Arteta. I hope.
No. Arteta should do
this. Yeah. So Ebuka, just wanting to just touch on. If you notice, the level of quality of defending in the Premier League has somewhat improved, because the output of the strikers hasn't really been all that. After Haaland and Igor Thiago, the next forward, Calvert-Lewin, as in less than double figures. So, what role has Man U played in this trend, right? Coming against some opposition strikers and shutting them off. In the games you watch Man U play so far, have you been confident to see that, okay, when the big striker of the other team comes against Man U, he's going to be shut off? Do you trust your defense enough?
Yeah, so I think I did. Please just hold on a minute.
The snow.
Okay, do you want to take a stab at that?
Yeah, so I think that personally, the issue is that for Man United, it's not the big strikers that I'm scared and all that. It's those little mistakes we make on the side, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Those little errors from the wingers, because a lot of our goals come from some error on the side. The left back doesn't close down quickly enough, and then you get an in swinger from the guy on his weaker foot and all that. Which is why I'm saying that in a situation for Arsenal, I think it would be more beneficial for Arsenal to use Jesus, because he's more of a channel moving guy, moving spaces, guys running through. And the same applies to Man United. I think if Sesko, for instance, should start, Gabriel and Saliba, they like a big focus man, someone they can battle with, duels and all that. But Mbeumo is a little tricky guy in between the, in between the corners and the wings. So yeah, Ebuka is back now.
Yeah, so I'm back. Yeah,
go ahead, bro.
So what I would like to say is, first of all, in terms of Manchester United, have they really stopped strikers from scoring? No, I don't think so. I don't think they've been able to stop strikers from scoring, because look at the number of goals we've considered, and we've kept only 2 3 clean sheets. Oh, thanks, Michael Carrick. So we've kept 3 clean sheets. Right?
How many of those goals were scored by strikers? Did you not understand his question?
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. So definitely all over the Premier League. Wait, hold on. All over the Premier League, strikers they've not actually been doing very well, to be honest. Right? They've not definitely been doing very well. So would you say it's as a result of United stopping strikers, or the general play of the Premier League is kind of not making strikers deliver as they should? We could take any of those 2 points. It could be yes, they're stopping strikers, but then is the supply coming through to the strikers the way they should, and which is a larger problem I see in the Premier League. The other day I saw something about I think this season we've had the highest number of 0-0 draws in the Premier League since I think 15-16 or something.
So 17 0-0 draws, yes.
17 0-0 draws. So you can see, I think it's just generally probably defense is getting better and limiting opposition to the chances that they can get.
Okay, fair enough. So Achike, let's just take one more question around Arsenal's form. For some reason, prior to today, Man City chose not to win any game in 2026. And while they were doing about that,
Liverpool have still not won any game in 2026. What do you
mean? I want to agree about that. Arsenal managed to capitalize on a couple of games. However, in the last 2 games, when Man City drew with Brighton and lost to Man United, Arsenal drew with Liverpool and drew with Nottingham Forest. And to top it all off, they were both goalless draws, you know. So
So
what would
Arsenal
your
are the reason goalless draws are increasing in the league.
so my question to you now is looking at those two performances against Liverpool and against Nottingham Forest, what do you think Arsenal did that didn't click not to allow them score?
So it was one of those, you see, I don't want to be giving the secrets I've learned about Arsenal, but it's okay. So, like Ebuka said earlier, a lot of people are always concerned with how things ended, not how they were done. Unless I'm mistaken, how many games have Arsenal won this season? So let me check my notes. You've
And
won
15 games out of
one
22.
15 games.
Yeah.
11 of those games, if I remember correctly, your first goal was by a set piece.
Yeah.
So
Good
when the
about.
set pieces were very important catalysts for Arsenal to go ahead in games and then now have the freedom to flow through, because then once a team has gone down,
Yeah,
once a
they
team
can't
has
keep
gone
any
down,
low block anymore.
they have to
They
come
have to
down and
play
all that and all
football.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was just, I mean, a bit of it is, variance, bad luck, fatigue as well. The players played all through Christmas and all that.
Yeah.
Players coming back from injury and all that. So a lot of it might have been the situation where the game state was not optimal. And not just optimal, it wasn't as optimal as Arsenal was getting earlier in the season. Because let's put it like you just said, those games ended 0-0. It wasn't like it was 2-2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Those games could have easily been 1-0, 2-0 Arsenal games. I mean,
True.
except the Liverpool game was a bit iffy, because if Conor Bradley had scored first with that chip,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But I'm just but what I'm trying to say is that the general trend has been, out of the 11 wins, or the 15 wins, I think the first 11 of those wins, the first goal had been by a set piece. It's an
Yeah.
interesting one.
So now is in the charge. I thought tomorrow I'm going to burn my jersey. Nah, I didn't get to that.
Mhm.
Okay,
No,
we can
it won't be that bad now.
let's talk
It will just be
injuries. It's just the what?
2-1, 2-1 loss. Just 2-1 loss. It's okay.
Okay, so last season, Arsenal lost Bukayo Saka, Arsenal lost Kai Havertz, Arsenal lost Gabriel Jesus, and the attack just went down. We had to get Merino, who was a midfielder, to debut as a striker. He did what decent, but obviously he didn't move the needle with us. But in the summer, Arsenal made 8 signings, and despite those signings that Arsenal made, our injuries have still been very crazy this campaign. So, what's your take on how Arsenal has managed in this situation at the club this season compared to last?
By signing players, that's how they've been able to manage the issues. Well, the thing is, I think, like if you look at the number of games Arsenal has played over the past 3 seasons, you always go further down into competitions. Most Arsenal players are first team regulars in the national team. So, how many of those players have actually had the break? You
Yeah.
understand? Like how many? Like the minutes just keep piling and piling. So you see probably the League Cup, Arsenal get to the semis, which means they're going to be playing every other midweek, midday till January for the League Cup. As in get quarterfinal stage of the Champions League. As in I think 2 seasons ago, I can't remember who eliminated us. Quarterfinal, yeah, I can't remember.
The Bayern.
Okay, yeah, Bayern.
Yeah.
So deep into the UCL, FA Cup quarterfinals, and then fighting up there for
No,
the.
No,
FA
no,
Cup
fourth
semi
round, fourth round,
final.
fourth round.
They
Well,
were
we're showing
removed
in
Was
the
by
it?
FA Cup.
Manchester United in the second game.
No, it
Don't
was
forget.
third round actually. So since we won the FA Cup in 2020, the highest we have gone was fourth round, and
Thank
that
Oh,
was
you.
against
okay.
Man City.
Don't give
The
your
Okay.
other
excuse.
ones we have been losing in third round.
Wow.
Liverpool, Man United,
Nottingham
Nottingham
Well,
Forest.
Forest.
Yeah.
like you guys have this as in Forest as a boogie team. Okay, so I think yeah, but yeah, it's about the player, the minutes. I think minutes are piling, increasing injuries. As in, but the good thing is this season. I mean, the signings you guys made, Arsenal made, has been able to like okay curtail and still keep your foot on the pedal. You understand,
Yeah.
not taking it off a little bit, but still okay. You know what? Let's just maintain as in the pedal as in where we are, rather than okay removing our foot or like putting as in more weight and as in accelerating the pedal, right? So the injuries issues, would I say it's even better than last season? I don't know, but I think there needs to be an inquest into Arsenal because same thing. I remember Manchester United, right, under Ten Hag, same thing was happening to United, and as in I must say, yeah, probably that's where I have to give it to Amorim. The injury has actually the injury record under Amorim improved. So, but it's not Amorim. Yeah, I will give it to the medical team. There's no good thing that can come from Amorim. So,
Apparently.
yeah, nothing at all. So, yeah, I think signing, yeah, those signings you made in the summer helped you guys a lot. You have Noni Madueke, like Arsenal could easily, as in, play two different teams in the Premier League and they will be in the top 6. And yeah, I think that has helped on the injury front.
Okay, awesome. So let's go to Man United. Achike, how does it feel playing only 40 games this season?
Ruben Amorim is a
Well,
bastard.
I'm not really sure what that means. 40 games.
It's Ruben Amorim, 40 games, yes. He's the reason why we playing 40 games. Because he was one who lost in Bilbao. He was one who lost
you don't even understand. And this, you see, this is why I say about noise. This record, you know why this record is so long, back to 1914.
Yeah, because
after that, the league became 22 teams. So your minimum games was 46 games. So the way they made it sound, they made it sound like this is the first time in 100 and something years that United have been knocked out of the first round in 2 competitions. But it happened in what, 87? It happened in 90 something.
It did not. Ruben Amorim is the reason why we are playing a 40-game season.
Hello.
Losing in Bilbao and losing to a League 2 team. Terrible.
Can I just ask you a question? Do you want to bet? Because I like to chop your money. I like to chop your money.
Okay.
So if you remember, up till 1995, well, 94-95, the first division was 22 teams.
Yeah. Then it dropped to 20.
And it dropped to 20. And in 22 team season, you pay for 46 games minimum.
Yeah,
so that record, the way they phrased that record, you thought that true, it was 38 game season, and then that was the first time United were being knocked out of the first 2 cup competitions at the beginning, right? Don't lie.
Yeah, no, of course.
That's what everybody thought.
No, last time I checked, agendas make the world go round, bro.
Exactly.
That's just what it is.
Exactly.
But some of us, no, because you asked me a question here, and because I know it's an agenda question, I answered you the way I know it. Now, how do I feel about Man United losing in the first round at both cup competitions? Very sad, very upsetting. I mean, I heard Amorim's name. Amorim, was he the one that lost to Brighton? I mean, like, God, this guy cannot catch a break, even when he was not there. That was the second game after Amorim left. But don't go. You've sacked him. You've paid him off. But he's still
Amorim, even if he was there, he would have still lost to Brighton because he lost to Grimsby.
Bro,
I don't think it will work that way. But
Enigma, that season you're talking about, that's the Nottingham Forest season now. The season Arteta came 8th, the second time post-COVID.
Yeah.
Was any noise made that Arsenal played only 41 games that season, or is it for 42 games? Agenda must, and that's fine. But then when someone brings me agenda and I throw him back to it, you say, why you use sports? Anyway, back to Manchester United form. Now, My United's form with an Arsenal form is actually identical over the past 5 games, if I remember correctly. I think it's 2 draws, a win, and let me see. Wait, hold on. I think I had it earlier. Over the last 5 games, yes. So over our last 5 games, we both have 2 wins. Okay, no, Arsenal is better. Arsenal is this 2 draws.
3 wins and 2 draws.
Yeah, we have 3 draws and 2 wins. So it's technical. Yeah. United's form can only pick up because those games involved a period where we didn't have Harry Maguire back. We didn't have Lisandro Martinez back. He was just coming back, playing a few minutes a game. Ahmad and Mbeumo were away, obviously. People also forget that Sesko had an injury. Sesko had a 5-week injury that he came back from, was slowly trying to play into. The Mr. Uninjurable himself, people forget he missed 3 games. Bruno Fernandes. That's why when people are like...
Because Amorim is playing him deep. That's the reason why for the first time in his career, Bruno Fernandes got injured and missed game. Because Amorim is always playing him as in where he has to run and cover the pitch.
You know what this reminds me of? When somebody is caught doing something bad and they blame Devil. Devil will just be his own somewhere, chilling, plotting more important things like World War III. So cheat on his wife and say, nah, Devil.
Then we can say, please stop shouting, say, yeah, did this. Okay, so let's talk about Man U's form. Like, prior to the Newcastle win, obviously there was a good result against Wolves, but it has been topsy-turvy, some draws, some defeats, and Yes, I want to attribute it to Amorim, I want to attribute it to Fletcher, but right now you're with Carrick. What's your thought process on how things are going to be going forward? Do you think that there might still be a couple of results where Man United might not do what is required of them, or do you think you're going to go on a very good run of games after this Arsenal result, of course?
I told somebody, I told somebody at the point at the time when we hired Carrick, right? And you can take my word here, like I'm saying it right now before the Arsenal game. Carrick is going to play how many games to the end of the season? Is it 16 or
16, I
16
17?
games, 16.
No, it has to be 17 because
He has played one now, brother.
okay, 16 games to go, right? So I told
Yeah.
somebody that in Carrick's 17 games, he would lose only 2 matches.
That's tomorrow and what?
No, he's not losing tomorrow. He's definitely not losing tomorrow. Like I said, 2 games is only what Carrick is going to lose, right? Because
Interesting.
I've always been a proponent of United getting someone who understands the club, who has played for the club to be manager. And reason is because one, people say this United DNA, there's something like a United DNA, that there is something like a United DNA.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't.
Okay. You might not agree, but
I don't not agree. It's factually incorrect. Man United
Okay.
has existed since 1878. Of
Okay.
that time, the league has been won 20 times. So that means 1878 is 147 years, right? League has only been won 20 times. People are gauging 20 over 127, right?
So let
Let me finish. Like I told you, and this thing annoys me because I've supported Man United for long enough. When you say DNA, it is whatever is working at the time is the DNA.
Okay, so
Arsenal were known as boring Arsenal under George Graham, winning titles and everything. Nobody complained about that. Arsene Wenger came, won with stylistic football, French imports, Thierry Henry, Robert Pires, and guys and all that. Yeah, thank you. Somebody just wrote it. The only DNA is winning. Arsenal are now playing almost haram ball. Is anybody complaining about Arsenal DNA? Arsenal is now built on solid defense, this and that. Chelsea, did they have a DNA with 1 league title? Till Mourinho came and winning became their DNA. Trophies have become their DNA. That thing of DNA, it is just, and like I said, it is noise.
So let me tell you why
United, wait, hold on. United were known for fast wingers, this and that and that. No, they were known for that when the team was doing well. Who were United star players in the years United was not winning the league? No,
Yeah,
that's
thank
my
you.
point.
You
When you
just
say
said
club has
something now.
DNA, when you
Just
say
said
club has
something
DNA,
You said that United,
only
the DNA happened only when we win, right?
no,
we
that's
have
what
to
I'm
copy-
using that as a
we have
yab.
to
No, I'm using
copy
that as a
what
yab.
happened
No,
when
you do
we
what needs to
win
be
under
done
Busby
to
and
win.
Ferguson and
No,
apply it to
that
the
is the
future.
mistake we're making. That is the mistake we're making. Football has moved on. How
That's
many players in
evolved
the world
now.
now?
Come
Bro,
on. It has evolved.
if Man United's team of 1994, yeah, so the 93-94 double winning team, the actual starting lineup, yeah, the favored starting lineup won every game they played that season, yeah. There was a preferred particular starting lineup. I didn't say they were unbeaten that season. When that starting lineup won, United won every single game that team played. That team had Dennis Irwin, do you understand, at left back, had Paul Parker. Those guys in football today, with trying to get the ball out, trying to send a heavy cross in, Brian McClare, Marquinhos to head it in. I'm sorry, Gabriel Saliba will head that ball out. Van Dijk will head that ball out. That is not, you go to what the game is.
But one thing I will tell you is United attacking play is premised on wingers. Wingers. That's the reason why when Amorim
wingers have
came,
left the
was
game.
looking for wing
Wingers
backs
have
like-
left the game. Who are the best teams in the world? Name the best teams in the world. Just if you were going to pick the best teams.
They don't use wingers anymore now.
Thank you.
It's inside forwards they use right now.
Thank you. No great team currently
Uses wingers
is
anymore.
using wingers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Wingers
right.
have changed.
True.
But let me tell you something. What happens, right? Football evolves. It evolves.
No, what you're
right?
trying to say is that football is cyclical, that it will come back. You want to be the one to bring it back.
Exactly. We will bring it back.
So agree that you will suffer. By the way, when you say this in DNA,
Why will I
my
suffer?
mic is not
Why will I
wait.
suffer when Amorim is not here? No, can you tell me why I'll suffer when Amorim is not here?
When you're
No,
saying
wait. Why will you say suffer? I don't want to hear that word again, suffer.
Okay, so
Amorim
sorry, I want to ask you a question real quick. You're talking about wingers so much. Who are the wingers you can buy in World Football that can move to Little United?
winger.
World football today. That can
Yes.
win.
Winger.
Yes,
Right?
yes, at United.
Right now, I would say United should buy someone not on the premise of now, but
I need names, not someone. I need
3 years' time.
names. I need
No, name the
names.
player. Name the
Which
player now that
player
is
will you
playing
get right
in
and that plays as a
United
wing,
DNA.
like
David
Valencia, like
Beckham, Rebecca
Beckham?
Cross.
No. I'm not talking of crossing. No. Oh my God. See, I'm not talking of wingers to put the ball into the box. That's not what I'm saying. You understand? Okay, let me say wide players.
Inside
Right?
forwards.
Hold on. Then your point is even more ridiculous because whether you like it or not,
You have
Amorim
Ahmad
played
doing that and
more wide
Mbeumo.
players. Wait, Amorim played more wide players. He played a winger, a traditional winger as a wing back. Still had Mbuemo that can play wing. So on your right side, you had two
Yeah,
wide players.
overload of wingers
On
actually.
your left side, you had Dogu who can play wing. You had Shaw. So like people, it baffles me how
Okay, okay.
we say something.
So yeah, are you trying to like make excuses for Amorim right now? Like,
I'm
do
not making
you
excuses for him. I'm only countering
We're countering your point. You
my
made a
point here
point.
because, like I said, you can choose to dislike someone, and that's fine. You can choose to say they didn't do well in whatever I want. But if you give me an example that doesn't tally with what you are saying, I'll just point it out.
You're being wrong.
Who were Amorim's tens in Sporting? It was Trincao, a former winger.
And Pedro G.
Do
Was
you
obvious.
understand?
Yeah.
Do you understand? Those he actually did. Actually, when he first came, I was actually shocked and so disappointed in Rashford and everything because I felt that Rashford, with his talents, and you know how much I love Rashford, he's a
Yeah, would have
shot boy.
cooked under him, yeah.
Because he has the wide instinct and the instinct for goal, and they are not
Yeah.
putting you more
As a
central,
10. Yeah, more central.
closer to goal. As in Rashford, then, if only he had listened to what he was meant to do, he would have cooked like such a chef. Because
It was shocking, actually, though.
Trincao. Do you remember Trincao?
Yeah, if you
Trincao,
listen,
right?
but Amorim never had good management skills.
My lord.
No problem. I wasn't there. I'm not his best friend. I don't know what he was telling them in training.
Okay.
But the same guy that told Bruno that your club wanted to sell, your owners wanted to sell, he told him, bro, I need you. Stay. And Bruno too said it with his mouth that he was upset the club wanted to sell him and that Amorim had to tell him no, that he wants him to stay. Now, Amorim.
Because Amorim knew that without Bruno is finished now.
No. That's the funny thing. The funny thing is that in that situation, the owners felt that getting that 100 million for Bruno might have been a better thing because we won't have all this noise.
Yeah, because
Amorim, come check him.
But not only do I need this guy. Remember,
not only do I need this guy, if this guy goes,
I'm in trouble.
First of all, everyone, not trouble. Everybody will hate me that I'm the one that sold Bruno. They won't say the owners. This is not like Italy and Germany where director of football they come defend transfer.
Yeah, like the manager to yeah. Because even a team in Turkey came for Trossard, and I think I had to cancel that move. Now Trossard balling for us.
The worst part is that if I tell him to go, and those guys now don't sell him, Bruno go they look me. You wanted me to go. That's part of the issue Maresca had, right? And I've said this all the time: is that we're moving to the director of football, this and all that. In Germany, directors of football they talk, they explain. They say, "Oh, why haven't you ask the manager? Why haven't you got to the midfielder? Bro, am I the one that pays the checks?"
Yeah.
Maresca was getting booed for subbing Palmer at 60 minutes. Now, medical team talk him. If the director of football there was saying that, well, we got a report from the medical team and we instructed the manager that Palmer should only have 60 minutes.
Everybody kept quiet. That's true.
Even if they don't keep quiet. Now, when director they sit for his box, they'll boo him. Not Maresca at the sideline as he subs Palmer, wants to shake Palmer. Boos. Palmer too, as a human being, no go want to shake the guy. They are just booing. You just nod. Well, let me not be associated with this guy. All these. It's up and down. It's crazy. Like the way owners and the way that who was it that said? I think it was when Conte, with his own rant for Tottenham, when he was saying that these guys, and he kept saying these guys, pointing to Livia and those above him, they are not ambitious. Manager, they talk him straight. Now he's an employee, so obviously you're going to get the sack.
Yeah, he has to go for that for sure.
True. Fans should ask owners more, but then because those guys don't like embarrassment. They want the coach to be the one embarrassed. Remember when Berrada and Wilcox did an interview? The Man U now lost to Liverpool. The way they were getting social media days, some people wanted to go to his house, this and that and that and that.
Yeah.
Bro, those guys said, no, please, every coach should handle himself.
Like see Marinakis in Nottingham Forest. The way he handled Espirito Santo, he now need to go and bring his bros from Greece to come and now went to now take them to the food trenches. He had to sack him as well. Before breaking
Because
short
sometimes,
guys.
don't get me wrong, Ebuka, there's banter GS, we can banter in groups and all that. But
Hmm.
when we're talking holistically about the club and everything, I'm like, let's just say, let me say I agree with you. Let me say I agree with you, right? Amorim was the worst thing to happen to Man United. They should never be hired, eh? Parada should be sacked.
Number one.
But he's not going to be
Simple.
sacked. He's not going to be sacked. Sir Jim, let me, between me and you now. Sir Jim, yeah, he said he's been a Man United fan since he was a kid and all that. Between me and you now and all that, in your job, imagine you were Amorim and Sir Jim, they leak news, they tell you, why are you not playing 4-2-3-1?
Yeah, that's BS now. That's
Bro, now,
BS.
come on.
Like,
Now. They talk
yeah.
this thing sometimes like,
Yeah,
these
no,
guys
no.
should just take
So
anything they do.
irrespective of how a manager is under trouble, the board is not doing their own part too, and they have to be sanctioned for it. That was like
This
Ateta
Arsenal
now.
thing, I mean, the big thing, yes, Arteta has the full backing of the board,
Yeah,
blah,
full
blah, 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 blah,
backing,
blah,
and
this
that's
and
why
that, blah,
if
blah,
he gets sacked now, no one will complain because he has been
blah.
fully
They
funded
say they
to
give
do
you
the job.
everything, you this
And
and that. And then
yeah,
on the other side, to be fair to the board too, like Tino, like we're discussing the other day, they're making money, qualifying for Champions League. So their own
yeah,
things they want are being okay.
and
Our
if
own
you
guys
get
are busy
yeah.
wanting to save money.
And,
Every
and,
time,
and,
every
yeah,
year, our
and
high
actually,
end are
remember,
moving.
they're also Americans. They have this whole franchise vibe going
Oh
on.
yeah,
What can bring more revenue for me is what I rather want to
bro.
invest
I
in.
use the
You
example
know,
now when people are saying this thing about Man U is doing this, buying players, this and this. Wages are dropping every year for the past how many years? A top earner must be out of the club. People have not
yeah,
noticed that
Casemiro is even
from
about to go to.
Ronaldo to De Gea, Rashford, Casemiro. Dude, look
Sancho.
at Casemiro, bro. Any yab you want to yab Amorim, the player under Ten Hag that they said leave football before football leaves you. Is that the player you're seeing in Casemiro today? Buckled down, did his work. Amorim told him, bro, you are my starting DM. Play yourself back into form.
Yeah, yeah.
Casemiro has been amazing.
True,
Am I wrong?
true, true. Okay, guys, so let's go to the predicted lineups. So since you guys are
Yeah,
Man United fans, I think we'll start with you guys
Hey.
first. So first things
Oh,
first, I'm very
no.
sad to see Lamens go. Onana was someone that was after my own heart. You
Now,
know,
he used to give you joy.
that guy used to give me so much joy. Like sometimes
Oh.
I go to United, I watch United game just to see what Onana is going to turn up with. You know, and he was delivering.
So
So
I've
yeah,
seen where two of United's goals are coming from already. I've seen them already.
yeah, so when he now finally left to Trabzonspor, I was so sad. Even when they brought out Bayonde, that one was even on a different level as well. But I think his own was more of rustiness rather than just the form. But I think let's talk about Lamens. Since he joined the club, how impressed have you guys been with him? Ebuka?
Very impressed. Very, very impressed. Like first season, he's not really odd. He doesn't make the stupid mistakes that Onana and Alte doesn't make. You could see as he from the very first game he played, right? That was where United, as in Amorim was able to get back-to-back wins, as for the first time in his career because of Cyril Lamens. Um, yeah,
In the Premier League. But go
yeah,
on.
in the Premier League, that was the very first time. So, I mean, when he was in Royal Antwerp, right? Like he was a top as in shot stopper, as in had the highest number of saves in Europe's I think top 10 leagues.
Yeah.
So the fact he's coming and yeah, right now he's the number one in the Belgian national team. I think
What?
yeah.
No, he's not. Don't say
No,
that.
no apart Courtois, Courtois has an issue with what's his name, the
Martinelli.
Okay,
manager.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Courtois has an issue with the manager. So Courtois, so
Fair
Lames is
enough.
the one like
Fair enough.
yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah. Lames is the one now in starting for Belgium. So I mean, he's just 23, and the goalkeeper like life cycle when it comes to football is very very
Yeah,
good.
very long. Yeah.
I see him spending a decade or more in United, and yeah,
Amen.
he
If the
definitely
fans
do
don't
good
chase
things.
him out when he starts making big money like they chase the gear, oh god.
Yeah, man, the year was something else. Like every season, he was always winning player of the year, and he was already
And
delivering.
I've had this conversation with Ebuka. Yeah, sorry for we keep digressing, and
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
like
Go
you
ahead.
put in the middle and all that. There now, trophies are such a they tilt things so well
True.
because
The same way he tilted Mourinho and Ole's achievements.
Yeah.
beautiful. But hold on, the year one of the achievements you pointed in Ole was coming second. How many points?
Oh, so I will go by points per game now.
No. Anyway, we'll come to that later. The point I was about to make was I've watched Man United since 1994. That's 30 something years. pure talent, De Gea is the best keeper we've had. He is a better goalkeeper than Schmeichel and Van der Sar. But they are more successful. So people will say that's a blasphemous statement. De Gea might be the best individual talented goalkeeper we've seen in the Premier League. As in all teams.
Sure, definitely.
Wait, hold on. It's my opinion. Wait, I say might be, but success is such a tilter. I know it's just a philosophical conversation.
Yeah, but it's the truth.
Success is just
let me just cut you Ricky before you continue. Saliba said something that he has nothing in his pocket. Saliba and Gabriel are the best player in the world, but they have no trophy to show for it.
You know, it's crazy because the conversation was based on, let's say, Man United personally. It was Schmeichel, De Gea, Van der Sar. Obviously, it was everybody puts Van der Sar, Schmeichel, then De Gea, right? Now Van der Sar stayed in Man United.
No, Schmeichel first, not Van der Sar first.
However way you want to put it, however you want to put it, right?
Yeah.
Now, but their body of work. Schmeichel came in 92 and left in 99. That's 7 years. De Gea came 2006. No, 2005 and left 20. Van der Sar 2005 and left 2011. Right? He was there for 6 years. So six seasons, whatever. De Gea's 11 years. Because that's what baffles. Like, I'm like, it's crazy. Success is such a, and people always forget De Gea has a Premier League title. That's the part that baffles me as well. Because of the end of the career, when United were not winning, people forget that De Gea came and won title too. People forget that. People forget that a lot. People say
that would be Van Persie here now.
Yeah.
Do you understand? People forget De Gea had a title. He won everything except the league. Sorry, he won everything except the Champions League.
Yeah, so I agree. When it comes to that, I see his point. Henderson and Carragher are world class because they win trophies. So obviously, once you have a trophy, you just play that role.
No, but De Gea, but that's my point. De Gea has every trophy they have except Champions League. And how many teams win Champions League? That's my point. You can't use the one outlying trophy. Do you understand my point? In that, being in a successful team is almost more important than being successful yourself. Because De Gea was Man United's number one, was an undisputed world-class keeper, was a very good keeper, you know? But they're like, man, and De Gea and Van der Sar won Champions League. Van der Sar has the clean sheet record. I'm like, but we have, like, people forget eye test when it comes to goalkeepers.
True.
Because if it's eye test,
no one comes close. No one comes close. Anyway, anytime I think of those 14 saves at the Emirates,
that was the game now. Isn't that the last game man you won at the Emirates? That's why I brought it up.
Sir Lammers should do it. He will repeat that feat tomorrow.
That's what I was about to say tomorrow. No, so Sir Lammers, he's just doing the good things well. He's solid. Which during the days of Nana, we did not know what solid meant. Solid. We were gaseous and liquid. There was no solid state in Man United, you know. So it's quite interesting because the boy is not doing anything crazy. He's making good saves. He has presence, catching the ball. The defenders seem to trust him, and that makes all the difference.
You know,
I love this game.
Yeah, you know when you have been in trenches so long. Like for instance, now maybe you have been outside.
How long was another day? Why are you calling it so long?
No, trust me.
Onana has more trophies than Raya. This Onana you're insulting is an FA Cup winning.
It felt like an eternity with Man U fans. Trust me.
Oh my God!
It felt like an eternity. So let's look at the back line. Shaw, Martinez, Maguire, Dalot. Is there anyone you want to remove there and replace? Why are you good with that back line?
See, I don't know, like if it's possible to get in Mazraoui, right, as in against Trossard, because sometimes you get to see United, and most chances that come against United comes from as the left-hand side of the opposing team. So it's either Dalot is like lost in thoughts, like as in he doesn't, but the fact that Ahmad is in front of him, right, that makes all the difference. I remember the game against Burnley. I clearly remember that game, right? I can't remember who it was. I think it was probably Steve, and then Humphries.
It all started from a bad pass from Dalot. I remember. Yeah.
Exactly, and
the own goal.
Casemiro, Dalot. Yeah, Casemiro, Dalot, Cunha just stood still, and boom, just like that. It's baffling how Dalot could just lose concentration.
It was still an own goal, though. It was
still an own goal.
That deflected off the
concentration and facing Trossard with that as that's just my fear. So if I'm going to change anything in that team, it's Dalot for Mazraoui, because we need someone who's defensively astute, like defensively great. And I think Mazraoui will be able to provide that way more than Dalo. If you're probably playing against a low block, right, where you can play Dalo. But in this one, like Mazraoui could, I mean, there are times where he has played like as in RCB in Amorim back three. So I think that if you have Mazraoui and against Trossard, I think yes, we will be more defensively stronger than having Dalo in that team. But aside that, I think there might be a tweak tomorrow. I'm looking at the possibility that Dogu might not start. He's probably going to take Mbeumo to the left hand side and then put Chesko up front. That might happen because of like the aerial threat that Arsenal poses. So that's a trick. I know, Dalo is definitely going to start. But one trick I think Carrick is going to bring in is Mbeumo left wing, Chesko up front.
Okay, so Chike, let's talk about the midfield.
Let me just point something out.
Okay, go ahead.
About this defense here. This thing you said, something that went through my mind was actually Mazraoui for sure. Do you know why? Because Mazraoui played left back throughout the AFCON. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also,
there was Hakimi. He had no choice now. Come on.
Yeah. No. I mean, even in the first game when Hakimi was not yet fit, I think Mazraoui still started at left back. But I'm just saying, he's comfortable at left back. Also, because Saka cutting in will be cutting in onto Mazraoui's stronger foot.
Yeah.
That might be an angle.
Compared to Shaw, yeah.
Compared to Shaw, that if he's when Saka cuts in, Shaw is on his weaker side. Just an interesting one, just an interesting one.
Awesome. So now let's talk about midfield. Could be Maino.
Omari wanted to end his career at United.
No, he didn't want to end his career.
No.
He said Toby is the future of this team. But
bullshit. After he
currently behind, he's behind. No, he said it since. He said this.
No.
You know the thing I don't like about all this thing.
After the Everton game, he said it.
Tony.
You're wrong. It's exactly the same situation in one area. It's not that he's very, very good, but with the way the squad is right now, he can't get the minutes that he needs. So he was going to fight for his place.
No. You can at least defend Arteta's take because Arsenal has a solid as a midfield. That solid player that are better than Nwaneri. Can you tell me how Kobe Mainoo has not started a game this season under Amorim and you started
because Fernandes is ahead of him now, and then when Fernandes was injured, he was injured. When Fernandes was injured,
why can't you play? Hold on, no. My question is, how do you play Ugarte ahead of Mainoo? Like it doesn't.
Because Ugarte is a defensive midfielder and Kobe is not now.
What's Casemiro? Why does he then play Ugarte and Casemiro in some games?
Because that was when Fernandes was injured. Why are we talking like we don't watch football? What's wrong with your head?
Bro, there is no reason in the world why Kobe Mainoo
started. Excuse me, the game you used to insult Amorim now, the game you used to insult Amorim, and what did they call them? Grimsby. Who started that game?
Mainoo now. Mainoo was there. Him and Ugarte.
I'm talking about the league.
That's my point. He has said it there that Mainoo is behind Bruno. Bruno is an ever-present.
Okay, so
right?
Wait,
hold on. Bruno got injured.
What does that say? As a man manager that you are, why should you be saying that, knowing that there's no way Bruno, like it basically is telling Mainoo that, bro, no matter what you do, you can't get ahead of as in Bruno in this team.
No, but it's a reality now. Come on.
His mouth leaks.
This is part of the thing why football. This is why football is becoming worse and worse. Because a manager telling a young boy that you got to work for your place
is a problem now.
Is a problem.
Do you understand?
Hendrick, hold on. Hendrick that came for 50 million. He starts in a different position. Mainoo was never fit, and Ugarte started as an attacking mid now, as a central mid now. What's wrong with you people now? Hendrick. Don't use hype of Bobby Charlton, Brazil's number 9 score goal. Mbappe has landed. Boys have landed. Go to the bench. Man United.
So who landed? Who landed the United that Mainoo?
Cunha. Because so now the manager.
As Cunha came, Bruno had to drop back.
Okay, tell me what Cunha has offered to this United side so far.
We are the third top scorers in the league.
So that's what he has offered. Okay.
Yes, he's an attacking player. Man United was yabbed for finishing with minus goal difference over the last season, or is it 2 seasons in a row or something? The manager says, okay, he buys 3 forwards, right? People were yabbing Emery that Bruno, he's so deep. He was so deep, still leading the league in assists, still leading the league in
creating
chances.
chances.
I don't know what you people want again. No, I don't get it sometimes, because I love Bruno Fernandes. He's a good player, a fantastic player. He can do all he does from even deeper. He was doing it in a team from forward up that were not scoring a lot of goals. He gets dropped deeper. The team is scoring more goals, and you guys are still complaining.
Yeah, I agree.
Confused.
You know.
Anyway, more importantly, so Man United's goals are going to come from the minor side of the pitch. He and whether Mbeumo or Dogu, Ben White, Saliba, and Zubimendi are going to have a field day, because as good as Zubimendi and Rice are, and everybody knows how much I love Declan Rice, who should have been a Man United player if the owners had any sense, but no problem. He, on the turn, he likes the game coming at him. All these quick feet where Minu they do and all that can work in a game like this against Zubimendi and Rice. So I can see, as I told my man Tino, Mino gets assist or goal tomorrow. I've said
wonderful. Okay, so they say Ibuka be coming down. So Ibuka, while you come, let's talk about Arsenal for a bit. The last time Iberici Eze started in the Premier League was against Aston Villa. You know, that was that time when he failed to mark Matty Cash, and he was hoofed up at halftime. Trossard came on and even scored, and it's been a long time since we saw Iberici Eze in the Premier League. Looking at tomorrow's game, I'm sure it's going to be Declan Rice, Zubimendi, and Odegaard. What's your take right now on Eze's performances at Arsenal? Do you think he should be playing more, especially in the Premier League?
Yeah, definitely not. I think for Eze, that move might have just written him out of like England's World Cup squad. To be honest.
Wow.
I don't think so.
No, I'm telling you, because if you're not seeing the minutes, right, how as in the way you should, I mean, you just become an afterthought, and that's the truth.
Yeah,
and the thing about the funny thing is that going into the going into the World Cup squad for England, right, it might just be Kobe Mainoo who might just take his place, especially Kobe Mainoo seeing minutes. It might be okay. You know what? Let me get more midfielders in, and then I have as a wide array of forward players. So Eze, you can stay back at home. You understand? But Eze is a quality player. Like, definitely, you have to give it to him. But then we all know Mikel Arteta, OOP, out of possession, bro. You have to work.
It's key. Very key.
As in, you have to follow that defensive instructions. You understand? Make it compact. You understand? As much as you can, as in go the spaces, limit the spaces that as in the opposition had, especially behind.
Yeah. I read somewhere that Arsenal, I think this season, 5 teams that only had a shot on target against us, and I thought like a record.
Exactly. So, and
I know it's crazy.
He won't contribute defensively. We know that. So the question is, then why did Arsenal sign him in the first place?
For depth now, come on.
I know for depth, but
because when Odegaard was injured, he played 10 and he was doing okay.
No. I know. Yeah, when Odegaard was injured, he played. And that's the thing. For him to play, you have to free him of those defensive duties. That's just easy for you.
Yeah, but he can't work at Arsenal now.
Exactly, it can't work at Arsenal, and that's the reason why I don't think. I mean,
I think his future is actually on the left. Because Trossard is turning 32 very soon.
I know, but trust me, right? If you leave Eze on the left and Arsenal loses the ball, you are not expecting Eze to put in that defensive shift. Yeah. I'm telling you, he will not give you that defensive shift.
Ebuka, can I just point something out?
Yeah.
So you are saying, and rightly so, that the Arsenal's record signing this summer is hindered because his number one preferred position is the position the club captain plays.
Club captain,
Odegaard.
Okay.
Because when Odegaard was benched, Eze was starting on the games.
Yeah.
So wait, he cost more than Sesko, not Sesko.
He wants to bring a narrative now. He wants to bring.
It's not a narrative. No, if you notice, I use things you say. You are explaining to us calmly about how Eze, 57 million pounds or whatever million pounds, can't get a game because the manager feels his defensive frailties are this and that and that and that and that and that. And when he was getting a game and doing well, he was playing where the club captain was playing this and that and that. This same Eze did not get off the bench for 4 Premier League games in a row.
Yeah.
4 Premier League. That's he didn't leave, he didn't see the pitch. But Amorim is mad that Mainu was
that comment over there. Sorry, bro.
Hold on.
Trossard does defensive shift.
Wait, forget the comment first. Focus. Don't look me in the eye. But Amorim is crazy for not starting Mainu, who he said is behind the club captain. You see the noise difference. Eze was paid for that. They paid their record fee this summer, 57 million or whatever pound, whatever it was. Brought him in. He spent 4 games on the bench. Mainu was coming on in games, so last 10 minutes, last days. For the few games, we now started deciding.
Okay, but because I want to ask
you. Let me finish. Let me finish. Yeah. Arteta's goal this season, his target was to win the league. So you can't even say that he was overseeing his target. He's top of the league. Everything is going well. United, by your own admission, was to come top 6, right? So they were both hitting their targets. So, but Amorim's zone is bad. Arteta's zone is tactical acumen.
If Amorim was top of the table, I won't complain.
His target, his target you set him to was not top of the table.
I know, but if he was top of the table, I won't complain. I basically set that target because I know Amorim.
You're being realistic, right?
I was being realistic.
Hello, he used your target.
No.
So let's talk key tactical battles. One that comes to mind, Ibuka, set pieces. When Arsenal played Man United last season, Arsenal scored 2 goals from set pieces. One from Timber, one from Saliba.
And
we all know.
Season too now. This season, the first game of the season, it was from.
Calafiori.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that. In all honesty, that after Boyede has flappy hands and Calafiori scored. Yeah. So, what do you think? Is it an inevitability about Arsenal scoring Man U set piece tomorrow?
I don't think Arsenal is going to score. I mean, we have. Harry's back. So
which team has most goals from set pieces now this season?
Exactly. That's a question.
Have learned. United have learned
very well.
United is the one going to score from the set piece tomorrow.
Enigma, let me tell you what's going to happen tomorrow. And I've told somebody what's going to happen.
Bruno Fernandes, corner, Harry Maguire, bullet header.
No, that's not. No. That's not what's going to happen. What's actually going to happen is Arsenal is going to get a corner, and United will score from Arsenal's corner.
Yes, like we did against Man City's free kick or whatever.
I'm telling you, it's going to happen tomorrow. Arsenal will get a corner. United will score from an Arsenal corner. Take this to the bank. I'm telling you.
All right, boss. So actually, let's talk midfield. On one corner, you have Maino and Casemiro. Yeah. On the other side, you have Mendy and Declan Rice.
Yes.
How do you think that battle is going to go?
So that battle is going to be one of those battles where if United try to play through the middle, it's going to be tough because everybody knows and has it on record how I rate Declan Rice, who should be a Man United player, but that's another story altogether. I think the battle is going to be more in the pocket of space just before the midfield battle should start. Let me explain what I mean. I don't know if you watched the game against Man City last week, right?
Yeah, I did.
United were tilting sides a lot, then switching very quickly.
Yeah.
So it was that keeper, try and suck in the striker, give the left back, then give Casemiro. Bruno drops deep, then swings. Yeah. So it looked like things were starting from the midfield, but United were actually trying to bypass the midfield with the quick early balls. So that's where United can find success tomorrow. If Arsenal play narrower, then they will have an advantage because Odegaard and Rice squeezing the pitch and maybe Saka dropping in a little bit deeper. The one-touch interplay passes can be actually beneficial to Arsenal. So it's going to be an interesting one to see. The only one I know for sure we'll see tomorrow is that there's going to be a point where Kobe Mino will turn Declan Rice like Ngongo or Goya. But that's just, like you know how he sent Semenyo back to Bournemouth.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Fair enough.
In all fairness and everything, this game is either going to be 0-0 or 2-1 to either side.
I actually think, and I seriously think the game is going to end in a 2-2 draw.
Okay, so
High scoring draw. High
there's
scoring.
only a slide for match prediction. We get there.
Okay, I'm sorry. We're very
No,
sorry.
that's fine. One question to you,
Another
Buka.
key tactical battle, sorry, depending on the strikers that start for both teams. Because, like I said, both centre back pairings would rather the tall striker of the other team start.
Yeah.
Saliba and Gabriel would love it if it was Sesko that started because they want those battles and all that. Although Sesko in the last few games has been showing that he likes those intricate 1-2 flip behind your ball back thing.
Yeah.
If he plays like that, then it will be different to what Saliba them expecting. On the other hand, if Gyökeres starts, then Maguire and Martinez have a focal point which they can focus on. If Jesus or Havertz, we forget Havertz. Kai, we forget. It might be Havertz. Arteta might throw it.
He's injured right now.
He's back. No, wasn't he on the bench on Wednesday?
No, he injured again. His knee has flared up. That's why he didn't come out as a sub for Jesus.
Okay, but he was on the bench.
Oh, on the bench, yes.
Okay. And I thought maybe they were saving him, but yeah. So Jesus might be the one to start because he would the intricate movement. It's going to be an interesting one. The battle is the Lord's. I love that.
Okay, so let's talk about the wingers versus the fullbacks. So we have Bukayo Saka and Trossard. They probably lock ons against the likes of Dalot and Shaw. And on the other side, you have Mbuemo and probably Dogo, who lock ons against Timber and White.
Yeah, I think like Achike said earlier, the key question now is, okay, let's say United go forward, right? And then as in there's space behind Luke Shaw and Saka goes as into that space. I think Shaw is going to get a yellow card to start for starters, right? Because I really want to see how he would keep up with the trickery as a skill and pace of Saka. You understand? I really want to see. And when Achike said Mazraoui on the left, I'm like, that might actually make sense. Yeah, that might actually make sense. But I think Saka is going to come out tops against Shaw. Trossard against Dalot. Like I said, Dalot momentary brain freezes, but then I just hope
Amorim's fault. That's Amorim's fault.
I just hope Casemiro plays a blinder tomorrow. Like I just hope Casemiro, Kobe. Yeah, I just hope they're up for it because.
Okay. So what about Mbuemo against Timber?
Mbuemo against Timber. It's gonna be around, bro. I'm sorry to say, but
Timber.
Yeah, Mbuemo is physical. See.
But sorry, wait, hold on. Now. On your thing, it wasn't Timber, no, it was White.
No. Mbuemo is gonna be on.
Yeah.
No, White is on the right hand side. Timber is on the left hand side.
If Mbuemo starts, is either starting as a 9 or
as
on the left.
On the left.
So it will be White.
I don't want him against White, please. I'm kind of sad that Calafiori is now fit, but this game is too soon for him.
Even if Calafiori is fit, bro, whoever Calafiori faces,
because honestly, in the first leg at Old Trafford, Mbuemo was fire against us, man.
If I remember correctly, I think Man United had 22 shots with 7 targets.
Yeah, and Ahmad against Timber, right?
Mm-hmm.
That looks fascinating.
Yeah, but Timber is one of the best 1v1 defenders in the world, though.
Against Ahmad, I know, but on the physical side, he might just outmatch Ahmad.
Okay, my predictions.
Why is there a picture of Onana? Why was there not a picture from the game this season? I'm protesting. Why is there Onana?
No. Arsenal is playing Man United at the Emirates. I have to use the answer of Man United.
Somebody tell me what Onana was in at this point.
Oh my God. Well, that's crazy, man. Okay, so Achike, let's hear your match predictions to the goal scorers.
Whoa. So let me try and balance it, head and heart. 1-1.
Goal scorers.
Mbuemo. Saka penalty.
Ebuka.
No, so I think it's going to be a 2-2 all draw, right? And I don't know why I say on Bruno because these are the matches where Bruno will come up tops. Bruno,
Oh yeah. True.
Bruno.
True.
So I'm seeing
It could
a
be the
goal.
other way. Saka and Bruno penalty.
Exactly. So I'm seeing Bruno is definitely going to score, right? I'm telling you.
Let me log into my gambling app.
I think it's going to be a 2-all draw. Bruno and Casemiro.
Okay. As for me, it will be the same scoreline as last season.
And for Arsenal, I don't think Saka is going to score. And I think for Arsenal, what's his name? Trossard is good. Yeah, Trossard and probably Odegaard.
Okay, awesome. So you guys are looking at draws. I think Arsenal is going to win the game.
Saka and probably Gabriel.
Yeah. So funny enough, my prediction is
Saka, Trossard and Gabriel.
Harry Maguire bullet header. I saw it in a dream, right?
Yeah. No, I think why I believe it's going to happen. It's going to be a 2-0 win. Gabriel will score. Yeah.
No, Arsenal will concede. Arsenal will concede.
We won't.
Okay.
Gabriel will score from a set piece, and Saka will score a penalty.
So we both of us can see penalties. So you already know that the PHML will cheat for you. You see, I like it. You have confidence.
Oh my God, this has been awesome. So guys, let's just get your final thoughts.
Get Rory on after the game tomorrow. I want to see where he is. I want to hear his course. Because I know United will get the point.
United will most likely win, but I didn't want to be unfair to Arsenal on Arsenal stream.
No, but come on. You can say what you can say. Whatever three of us doesn't even matter.
I've spoken, my friend. Leave me. Thank you.
Okay, so guys, final thoughts. Achige.
Final thoughts. It's going to be a good game. It's not one of those games. I think, especially where the two teams are, it's not one of those games before that when it's two big teams. It'll be a drab 0-0. Arsenal rested enough players against Inter Milan, and
7 changes.
United have had the week off.
Yeah,
and
like every other week.
Yeah, like every other week. Yeah. Carrick is galvanizing the team. He's doing all the brave hard things you're meant to do and all that. And if this isn't a game they can get up for, then why the hell are we watching? You know.
True.
Man, I think the game is gonna, like, from the first whistle, it's intensity.
Like the first game, to be fair, that first game of the season was actually an intense game.
Yeah,
I know. This one, I think this
you
one
barely escaped that game, bro.
This one is gonna be way intense, right? And something is nudging me saying United might win, but I'm saying it's gonna be a draw. Now, why do I say so? I remember United as in knocking Arsenal out of the FA Cup last season, right?
Yeah.
And I remember the game at Emirates last season. Like we played. Oh my God!
The first half was 0-0 now, right?
Two set piece goals.
Corner, yeah.
Yeah, so 2 set piece goals, right? I think right now, as in, it's time for United. And then before last season, right? I think it was the Garnacho goal. So there's been this slim United trying to get a point as in the Emirates. But yeah, tomorrow I think United should be getting a point tomorrow.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. It's been fun cooking with you guys. But before we go, what's going on with the United critic, Ebuka? How's that going?
No, well, it's good. It's good. As in anti-Ruben Amorim. Now it's all good. Now it's all sunny. Under Ruben Amorim, there was this dark cloud hovering. But yeah, we're good now. We're good now, right? And then the Twitter Spaces that I kind of like host sometimes, as in very, very entertaining.
Why have you never invited me now?
Yeah. I was like, United critic now. Come on.
It's just a space now. Like you see people coming up to the space.
That's not nice, bro.
I think there's discrimination being at play here, but it's okay.
Because no, I don't want to invite Achike because when he comes, I know he's going to be pro Amorim, and I don't want anti-Amorim.
And now here's the thing: if your argument is strong enough, you will not be afraid of criticism. End of story. That's my final word. My final word for the day.
Positive about Amorim. I don't want to hear. So that's the reason why I don't even want you on those spaces.
All right, bro. So thanks for everyone that has been on the channel.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for having us.
We're on the road to 4K, 3949 so far. Thanks for everyone that has been part of this journey. And you guys have actually been very critical to it. So, of course, thanks as well. So, tomorrow we're going to have the game. Obviously, I won't do a watch alone because I want to sit down and drink some beer watching that match.
No,
Yeah.
no. See, after the game, let's convene.
Woo.
I won't be able to make it after the game. I have a poker tournament that starts at that
Oh,
exact same time.
awesome. Okay, so Ebuka, you're waiting for the game week review, right?
I should be, but I won't be on video. I'll be like on audio.
Oh, okay, we can see how we can make that work.
Yeah.
That
What's going
sounds
on? Like, what's
dodgy.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Dodgy.
yeah,
Sounds
yeah.
dodgy, but
Yeah,
it's okay.
All right, guys. So
It's
thank
an
you for
M&M.
being around. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next stream. Till then,
All right, bro. Nice one.
GGMU.